next here tonight. Round 2 in Florida's heavyweight insurance fight. Lawmakers going back up to Tallahassee to try and fix a market that is in serious trouble and also costing homeowners more money every year. Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders joining us live tonight from Tallahassee. And Forrest, any idea yet just how far lawmakers are willing to go this time around?
Well, let me say this, Paul. We've been getting a slow but steady trickle of information as to what we can expect from next week's special session. We don't have all the details yet, but legislative leaders are promising systemic reform. By the numbers, things are about as bad as ever for Florida's property insurance market. Not only did the state suffer another costly hurricane this fall, Florida had 6 insurers go insolvent this year. Premiums are now among the highest in the country, many driven to the state-backed insurer of last resort, Citizens, which has more than doubled its policies in 2 years, now exceeding 1.1 million.
We're still losing carriers. Premiums are still going up. Denials are still happening more often than not.
High-ranking Republican and future House Speaker Danny Perez told us the final policy for this special session is close to a rollout. He says among the possible ideas, further work on curbing attorney fees. Insurers say they're incentivizing frivolous lawsuits as Florida has about 80% of the nation's claims litigation. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, Perez says.
So I don't think anyone is safe. I think everyone's going to get looked at. You're talking about attorneys. Yes, you're talking about insurance companies too. You're talking about public adjusters, and you're talking about the consumer.
Another idea getting traction, a temporary boost to reinsurance. New leaders in the legislature support the idea, as well as the governor in concept.
They'd have to buy into it. I mean, we're not just going to give it away, but can we, since we have such massive budget reserves right now, could we provide a bridge on reinsurance?
The big goal, Republicans agree, make Florida's market appealing. They hope it'll mean more insurers, more competition, and lower prices in time.
I'd ask all of you, how much has your property insurance gone up?
Democratic leaders told us last month they wanted quicker fixes, like rate freezes, not wanting a repeat of the May special session, which focused more on tort reform.
And we need to cut the crap and get to the bottom of the work that we need to do to take care of Floridians.
The GOP majority has vowed to consider all ideas, though direct market intervention may be a non-starter for the controlling party. Okay, so what is next and when are we going to hear more? That's the big question. Well, we just heard from the Senate President's office a little bit ago. They said that they expect more information on the special session in the early part of this week. So that is where we stand, Paul.
Yeah, a bit of a poker game. No one wants to show their cards just yet. But Forrest, I've spoken to several lawmakers over the past few months on my Sunday show, Full Circle Florida, and I've heard that the governor has been eyeing a law in Texas that limits lawsuits and believes that that could be perhaps a model for Florida. Are you hearing anything about that?
Yeah, we are in generality. I mean, the governor has said that he's looking at other states to try and figure out what they're doing right that they could maybe incorporate over here in Florida. And that Texas law that you mentioned does deal a little bit with eliminating one-way attorneys' fees. They could, of course, be on the chopping block, as we mentioned in our previous story. But then the big question is, if you go that far, are you going to hinder access to the courts? And so if that Texas law does make an appearance over here in Florida, are we going to see a fight? Well, probably. There are Democrats out there that are worried that if you go so far on limiting access to the courts that nobody's going to want to bring a claim, and that could be another big problem for Florida's insurance market. So we expect we'll find out more this week. We'll see what happens, Paul.
A lot is going to happen. Forrest Saunders live in Tallahassee. Thank you.